What in the world is he doing? Graffiti and on your building. Hey, you. Stop that. Stop it. You heard her. Stop that. What's going on out here?
Got this no good spray and paint on the building.
Shame on you.
Oh, mind your own business, old lady.
Don't you call her old. Wait a minute, ladies. At least let's talk to Mr. Pablo Picasso here. Talk to him. Mary, you're wasting your time trying to talk to the kids these days.
I'm getting out of
here. No, you don't. We want to talk to you.
About what?
Do you know what happens every time you ride on a building?
Show my friends see my tag.
You want to see my tag? Your tag is ugly.
Ugly?
Yes, ugly, and it runs the neighborhood down, but it also sends your parents' insurance up and their property values down. Nobody wants to be buying in a neighborhood where they see all the stupid tags. You kids are turning the community into a trash museum. Exactly, we've already worked harder but to keep our building nice, and we are not gonna let little punks like you to come along and mess it up.
You're just wasting your breath.
Why don't you call the police? And while we wait for that well-deserved but to whoop his ass.
Hey, you're all crazy.
Don't you call her crazy. Hey, nope.
Oh, look what you did. I'm getting out of here.
Get out of here. Bye. Out.
Look what you've done. Ronaldo's face. I know one thing. He wouldn't have gotten away if you had butted in.
Butted in. Butted in.
Watch my lips. Butted in.
Oh.
Hey, there's a man trying to sleep in here.
How can you sleep at a time like this? The mere fact that it's midnight, they got something to do with it. Lester, we just even caught a kid spray paint on the building and Mary let him get away.
You caught him doing it?
Darn right, we bump him in the head to him.
I wish you'd been there, Lester.
Yeah, at least he wouldn't have gotten away.
Are you trying to say you couldn't even handle it better?
Now, baby, come on. Even if I thought that, I wouldn't say it in front of you.
Maybe I'll say it. One more Mary will what about him still kiss him on the cheek and send him off to sexual college.
Well, at least I tried to talk to him.
Oh, girl, he wasn't even listening to a darn thing you say. He was too. We could tell by his eyes. He'll probably want to talk to his friends, and maybe don't listen to him. Oh, goodbye, Mary Jenkins. Hello, Mary Poppins.
There are graffiti's everywhere. We're starting a new building, and we got kids standing in line with spray cans before we can get a wall up.
I still say we ought to call the police. And what are the police are going to do, Pearl? Run a makeup on the graffiti? Well, at least if we could do something to identify him. He was tall. No, he was short. What we saw was the top of the flat of his head, and it was flat after we bopped it together.
I'm going to bed.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, ladies. I'm not going to let this drop.
They attacked you? Yeah, they hurt my neck. They claim I wrote on that building.
Well, did you?
Of course not. They're the ones who wrote on me.
Well, what building was it?
227.
Well, I tell you one thing. I'm not going to let this drop.
Well, that looks like an R. No, that looks like a P. P-U-L-D. And it must have gained names of the knights. Or the blood.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
Hey, baby. Calvin, grandson, what does that say over here?
It says blood, Grandma.
Oh, what's a blood?
Beats me. Maybe I ought to find this guy and have a talk with him. How big was it?
Not too big, Calvin.
Then I'll definitely have a talk with him.
Why do kids always get blamed for everything? Look what's happening in Brazil. The lumber companies are cutting down all the trees. And once the rainforest is gone, our oxygen is gone. And once the oxygen is gone, we're gone.
She'll be all right. She had an ecology class today.
Why would anybody...
Hey, why would anybody gonna want to do something terrible like this? Well, then it's a crime for help, and maybe if we ever catch him he'll be crying for help, all right?
Hey, Grandma, some kids have heavy problems at home.
Why they don't even spray paint on the building and at his own house instead of theirs, sweetheart?
Come on, Brent. I'll treat you to a ruby.
All right.
Do you have any money?
That's real romantic, yeah.
Well, I'd like to find the jerk that ruined my building. It looks so awful.
Yeah, it sure does. You ought to be lowering our rent for any of that. You know, Miss Pearl, I don't even understand why kids are having many problems as they do today.
Good afternoon, lovely ladies.
What's so good about it? You see what that rotten bad influence kid just did?
What'd you expect? That's what you get for hiring non-union painters.
Frank, do you have some mail for us?
Have all the mail you ever need, Mama.
What did you say? We're not talking about junky mail food.
Okay. You got me. All right. But I got something for you. Something very official, something very important, and something very interesting.
They'll never move you to Express Mail.
One for you, and one for you, my little darling.
If you're waiting for a tip, Frank, I got a tip for you.
Don't wait.
Don't worry, Mama. I wouldn't leave you now. I want to see your face after you open that letter.
Ooh, that has got all the nerves. What's going on? Listen to this. That poor misguided young man that you try to reach out to is suing us for an assault. This is like a summons to appear in a court. Well, that lousy. What in the world are you looking at, nosy? He cannot sue us. We were just like defending our own property. That's right. Well, you better have a witness. A witness?
Afternoon, lady.
Sandra, you were there. You could tell them what happened last night.
Between me and Ronaldo? That's personal, Mary. It was awesome.
No.
Talking about your tete-a-tete in the Toyota.
We're talking about the graffiti on the building.
Sandra, tell Frank what you saw.
Yeah, tell him how that kid badmouthed us.
I didn't see that.
Well, tell him how he spray painted the building.
I didn't see that.
Then what in the world did you absolutely see?
I saw you grab him. I saw you hit him on the head. And I saw you spray paint all over his chest. Did I say something wrong?
Yes, you did, to be a snitch. We cannot believe this. And we are decent, law-abiding citizens, and he is suing us. Yeah, it's like a dog suing the fire department for using on the water hydrant.
Well, what do we do?
We fight back. That's what we do. He's in the wrong. We are in the right. Absolutely. Amen to that. We're going to jail. And I'm too old to go to jail.
Well, I'm too young.
And I'm suppose I'm just right.
Mary, we've been accused of assault. People go to jail for that.
Oh, Rose, people do not go to jail in small claims court. The most they can make you pay is $2,000.
$2,000? How do you know that?
Because Judge Wagner said so on People's Court.
$2,000? That's my entire savings. Well, if I can't get it from me,
Because we don't have $2,000. You gotta build it.
Hey, man. What's happening, ladies? Boy, this has been some kind of day. Everything has gone just perfectly. Up until now. Why all the sorry faces?
We're even going to the house of many slammers of the door.
What's she talking about?
The kid who accidentally sprayed paint on the building is suing us. You're kidding. Do I look like I'm kidding? Okay. What's he charging you with? Assault with a deadly orange pillar? And it's obvious that he's trying to get some money out of us. Well, we're gonna have to fight this thing, and if we have to take it all the way to the Supreme Court, we know for one thing, ladies, that we've been reading about this law book, and we have nothing to worry about. Not a darn thing.
Probably not. It's his word against yours. I'm gonna take a shower.
Mary! How nice you look. But you always look nice.
Oh, why does that ever bother me all the time?
Can a friend drop by and say hello? Friend who's been forced into an unforeseen circumstance.
Here it comes.
All I ask is a little compassion and understanding.
Wait,
Awake us when she gets herself into the point of the tangle of the class, okay?
I'm going to be a witness at your trial.
Oh, we got him now.
For the other side.
What?
The other side.
The other side?
Been subpoenaed too.
You're gonna deserve it, but to be ratting on us?
Girl, you think I like testifying against you? I feel terrible about it. Besides, I don't have a thing to wear.
How did they find out about you anyway, Miss Clark?
Hey, the mailman. You give him a cookie, he'll tell you anything.
Maybe one of these days we're gonna have to be running that man's list through our meat grinder, but to be shoving it inside the tummy.
Sandra, you just can't testify against us. But what else can I do? They're gonna make me swear to tell the truth. Sandra.
Miss Clark, come over here. Perhaps we should review the questions and of the truth. We should review on your lease.
I only know what I saw. Now the can was in Rose's hands, the pillow was in Pearl's hands, and the kid was in your hands. But you didn't see what happened.
But you didn't even see what happened before that. He painted a building. Wait a minute, ladies. Wait. Let me handle this first. Now, Miss Clark, is it or is it not true that the car you were sitting had tinted windows on them?
Yeah.
And the second question is it not true that on the same night in question, there was no moon for you and all of that?
Well. And as near as you can calculate, how close were you to the stoop? He was sitting right next to me.
The reason why we thought so, the reason why you didn't even see anything is because you were busily tangling in a Toyota, and that's exactly the darn truth.
Well, I like that. I came down here for a little understanding, not to be yelled at. Well, I'm going to court and tell it like I saw it. But don't you worry, I'll visit you every visitor's day. Good afternoon, ladies. And Mary.
Because of you, Mary Jenkins, we are going to jail. Not even me, I'm even copping a plie. Oh, I wish that we had a lawyer. Oh, don't be so negative, Rose. You know what my horoscope said today? What? I'm even entering a period of good fortune and happiness. Well, that's a wonderful horoscope you got, Rose. Never been right about that yet. Mary Jenkins, this is all your fault. You're the one who grabbed him and shook him away. My fault, you sprayed him with the paint.
You want a microphone and a national hookup?
Here he comes.
That's not him.
Yes, it is. Why in that little sneaky bastard? Why in the world is he doing dressed up like with a toxic tuxedo?
I knew I should have worn my new eyelash.
Yeah.
Maybe we really did hurt him, Mary.
Oh, he deserved it, Rose, because he's faking himself. Maybe not do me a favor. Don't testify against the little bad influence kid between his beautiful mother, okay?
I'll be all right.
Thank you, dear.
I love you. Always remember that.
You even know something, and this is not goodbye either, you know.
As for me, I gotta get to work.
You leaving me now?
Somebody's gotta earn that $2,000.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Wilson J. Hollingsworth presiding. You may be seated. First case. Jojo Herman versus Mary Jenkins, Rose Holloway, and Pearl Shea.
Will the parties involved please approach the bench? All right, let me hear what this is all about. Mr. Herman.
That's you.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Your Honor, these women wantonly attacked my son. Your Honor.
Your Honor, we are wanted didn't even attack nobody else either.
You'll get your turn. Now,
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm sorry I'm late, Your Honor. I hope you won't hold me in contempt. Ooh. Not that I mind being held.
Who are you?
I'm Sandra Clark, star witness. 555-3764. But I can't stay, Your Honor. I have a brunch.
How nice. But you have to stay.
Do I really have to? I mean, Your Honor. Now, I can't testify against these ladies. These are my best friends. Two of them, anyway.
Did you witness the incident?
Well, a little bit.
Then why don't you hang around a little bit? Now, Mr. Hurt,
Yes, sir.
tell us your side.
Well, you see, Your Honor, I was walking along minding my own business, and these three women attacked me.
That's not true, Your Honor. We saw them put on the paint on the building.
I was not.
They're just trying to blame it on him.
Was there graffiti on the building?
Yes, there was, Your Honor, and we saw him put it over there.
Oh, hey, lady, come on.
Then what in the world were you doing with a spray can on your hand or something?
I didn't have a spray can in my hand. She did. Oh.
And I advise Economic, you have to tell the truth, young man.
Look at this, Your Honor. JoJo's shirt. Now, he wouldn't spray paint himself.
Where were you?
In the car trying to control Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. And you?
And Rose and Mario were even coming home again from the movies, Your Honor.
And you?
She was in Baltimore, Economic, visiting her beautiful sister.
She was in the window. She's the one who hit me on my head.
Do you know the penalty for perjury?
Could you even hum a few chocolate bars?
Your Honor, what matters is that these three women attacked my son, causing him physical and mental suffering for which he should be compensated.
She grabbed me and gave me whiplash.
If he even got whiplash, Your Honor, was just looking for his shoulder for the police.
We were just defending our property.
How can people lie like this? They weren't defending their property. They were beating up on my kid.
We were
Defending our property.
Beating up on my kid.
Defending our property. Defending our property.
Defense of property is a legitimate action if, and I repeat, if it happens while the graffiti, in this case, was being applied to the wall, but not after that.
It was wild, Your Honor.
It was out.
No, it was wild. Wild.
Seems you're the only impartial witness here. What do you have to say?
Can I go to the bathroom?
If I can't, you can.
Do I have to tell the truth?
Yes. Tell us everything.
Well, Ronaldo was trying to kiss her ear, and she's trying to stop him. The last time the man kissed her head, and will already go to her own ears. Also, what we saw was, Mary grabbed him and shook him. We saw Pearl hit him on the head with a pillow, and Rose sprayed paint all over his chest on his shirt.
Huh? She had the paint can in her hand, so JoJo couldn't have been spraying the wall.
Objection, Your Honor. May I approach the bench?
This is the bench.
Oh, excuse me, Obi. Your Honor, I will prove that beyond the shadow of the doubt that this witness is not liable. Objection overruled. It was pretty dark, Your Honor, in which it led to a moment of compassion. Or is it not true during the time in question you were locked in an embrace with Mr. Ronaldo?
Yes.
Or is it not true during the windows of the alleged car you were sitting in were steamed up or something?
Yes.
Then how in the world could you have possibly have seen anything?
I rolled down the window.
She makes me sick.
We want a new lawyer. We don't need another lawyer. He did it and that's the truth. That's right. We even whopped it for it because he deserved it.
What are you talking about? It's a crummy building, and any paint will help it.
Crummy? Do we ever look like the kind of person that will live in a crummy building? That happens to be living what we also been living with our families, young man. And what gives you your right to violate with your stupid scribbling?
Scribbling? Hey, that's my tag, my mark.
Yeah, right.
You did the graffiti?
Well,
You lied to me.
Mom, I was just expressing myself.
Well, how about expressing yourself in school?
Yeah, well, you can learn how to spell what you wrote in our building. Yeah, what is blood?
Wait a minute. Your blood? I've seen that everywhere. On buses, telephone poles, storefronts.
Well, now he's working residential districts. You ought to whop it some more. He gonna need that right now.
Order in the court. This trial is over. My judgment is in favor of the plaintiff.
What?
That's you.
All right.
Your Honor, how in the world could you even do this? If you even let this kid get away with this, he'll never stop.
Mrs. Jenkins, based on the evidence presented, this court has no alternative but to conclude that you ladies did assault the plaintiff after he sprayed the building, and damages must be paid.
Well, do you like graffiti? And have you seen in front of the courthouse lately? Well, Bucket Bob's got his tag all over it. I want a little comment that even says, "Justice is your mama."
Mrs. Jenkins, would you let me finish?
Go ahead.
Thank you. Damages have to be paid. The court orders the defendants to pay the sum of 10
Cents each.
10 cents.
What, did you hear that? I sure did, JoJo. I also heard the judge said
Then you're gonna go there tomorrow morning and scrub that stupid tag off the wall.
The judge didn't say that.
Yes, he did, because we heard him.
Me too.
Me too.
Me three.
Do I have to do that?
I'll loan you my toothbrush.
He'll be there if he's anywhere on earth. Jojo, your parents have worked hard to give us a home in that neighborhood, and they don't want you to ruin it. Do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
If I'd have known you was poor, we could have stayed no neighborhood. Do you even know what that does to a neighborhood?
Yes. It turns it into a trash museum.
If you're very smart, you will never let the judge but not to see you in this courtroom again. Next case. Don't you have something to say?
I'm sorry.
We're very sorry, ladies. We understand. Yeah, child, these kids today will have to pluck your own nerves. You see, we told you we can get to do that, kid. Oh, really? Well, Asuka and the judge and his mother.